And Prime Minister Modi has fumed at the opposition, particularly the Congress party. He took to social media and said, and I quote, "May they be happy with their arrogance, lies, pessimism and ignorance, but beware of their divisive agenda. An old habit of 70 years can't go away so easily. Also, such is the wisdom of the people that they have to be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead." So this is a big attack coming in from Prime Minister Modi's side at the opposition, particularly the Congress party also. This comes after the state assembly polls result in which the Congress faced embarrassing defeat in 3 states, which is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, whereas BJP, there was a landslide victory for BJP in these 3 states. And now in the latest, PM Modi has attacked the opposition and the Congress party, saying that they should be happy with their arrogance and lies, but people should be beware of their divisive agenda, as an old habit of 70 years can't go away so easily. And he has in fact also said that such is the wisdom of the people that they have to be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead. So this point needs to be noted. It is pertinent to note that he has mentioned that they should be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead. And CNN News 18's Aman Sharma is joining us on this story. Aman, a very sharp attack coming in from the Prime Minister's side against the Congress.
Well, exactly. The Prime Minister's very strong attack, and in a way the Prime Minister saying, the message seems to be that the opposition is not able to digest its loss in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh. And yesterday, in fact, when the parliament began, the Prime Minister had advised the opposition that don't bring your anger and your disappointment inside the parliament, adopt a more positive, a more optimistic attitude, and maybe the point of view of the people would also change for the opposition if the opposition does that. He also said that opposition is very important in a democracy. But this tweet today by the Prime Minister today morning highlights that the BJP is now very clear, that this whole narrative being spun by some in the opposition, that the BJP is only strong in the north, the opposition, the Congress party is strong in the south. This is showing a desperation. This is also showing that the Congress has given up on the Hindi heartland. The point being that the BJP has been performing very well, and these 3 state election wins actually show the Prime Minister's aura, the Prime Minister's popularity. And he also, the tweet when he says that arrogance and lies, this is what also he has been accusing certain Congress leaders of the BJP, that the Congress leaders are arrogant, they don't see the ground reality, they don't see the people's mood, and it is because of the divisive agenda of north-south or polarization that the Congress has been losing elections. And the Prime Minister reiterating it in this tweet today, that there are more meltdowns to come, and the Prime Minister hinting toward the Lok Sabha elections of 2024, when he's already said that these 3 state election wins are a guarantee for BJP's big win in 2024, a hat-trick for the BJP in 2024. The BJP looking increasingly confident about its prospects for 2024, and the Prime Minister telling the Congress that there are more meltdowns in store for you if you don't change your attitude and if you don't change your arrogance as well as your pessimism.
Yes, Aman, absolutely. So Prime Minister Modi has clearly said that the Congress needs to be prepared. In fact, the whole opposition needs to be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead. Is he talking about the 2024 elections, as you mentioned earlier, that the Prime Minister has exuded confidence that the BJP is coming to power once again?
Absolutely. I think the Prime Minister and the BJP are very confident, especially after these 3 state election wins. If you see the heartland state, the BJP already sees a 200-seat lead, a pole position in at least the heartland states. It is also expecting gains from South India, from states like Telangana, in Western India, from Maharashtra, where it is in power. The BJP is looking very confident. It is also feels that the India alliance could be a non-starter, because the Congress's big brother attitude won't find much takers now in the India Alliance party, especially the Trinamool Congress or the Samajwadi Party, who hold the 2 big states, who are a powerful opposition. Samajwadi Party is in UP, and West Bengal is ruled by the Trinamool Congress. Also, I think the Prime Minister hinting at this whole caste census bogey, which was raised in a big way by the opposition, by the Congress Party in the state elections in 3 states where there is significant OBC population, in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. But the caste census bogey has also flopped. And the Prime Minister said this was also a strategy to divide people in the name of caste. and people have rejected it. All these three major points, BJP feeling it having a 200-seat pole position, the caste census bogey flopping, and maybe India being a non-starter is what giving Mr. Modi as well as the BJP a lot of confidence that it will be doing a hat-trick in 2024.
Right, Aman. Please stay with us. We also have CNN News 18's Arun Dhanta joining us on this story. Arun, so after the India allies took on the Congress after its defeat in 3 states, now PM Modi has hit out at the Congress party saying that they should be happy with their arrogance and lies.
Well, see, one thing is very clear that we have seen after the victory in 3 states, Prime Minister Modi's address at BJP headquarters was something which sent out various messages. Prime Minister Modi said that for us what is important to take everybody together, because opposition parties was trying to create a narrative that this government is anti-people and whatever decisions which they are doing will have larger implications against the people, and therefore he said that look, people have supported us wholeheartedly. Entire, Hindi heartland, these 3 states have supported Bharatiya Janata Party, and this is something, this decision is a decimation of the arrogance of opposition parties. And again, Prime Minister Modi reiterating that stand. Remember, Prime Minister Modi has been highlighting this thing ever since opposition parties have started talking about the caste census, how they want categorization of the different castes. BJP and Prime Minister Modi have been making sure that they do not fall into the trap of the opposition parties, the caste divide. Prime Minister Modi has been highlighting this fact that what is important for him and for his party is youth, poor, women and farmer. These are the 4 important points which Prime Minister Modi has raised, and he said that these are the things on which his party will be working, without considering any caste, creed or anything. So what BJP has in fact innovated to take on to the caste census, a demand of opposition parties is this, that for them everybody is one. They will only work on the basis of these 4 things which I just mentioned. So when Prime Minister Modi is talking about the arrogance, lies and pessimism of the opposition parties, he is hitting out at all those India Alliance parties who have been planning and strategizing to take on to Bharatiya Janata Party, and in fact the results have been completely contrary what they have been saying and how they have been saying that people are not behind BJP. And perhaps this victory of these 3 states has given huge boost to the BJP for 2024. Perhaps in the beginning they were little apprehensive about Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, but the kind of support which they have got, just look, 165 seats in Madhya Pradesh when you already had 18 years anti-incumbency. That is something which is extraordinary. And in Chhattisgarh, we were speaking to various BJP leaders. They were not confident about Chhattisgarh, but the results are completely contrary what they were expecting. So I think this is something which is what BJP will in fact utilize for 2024 elections, and perhaps that's the reason why Prime Minister Modi is coming out, that how these opposition parties are now targeting the voters who have supported the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Right, Arun.
Another important point that the Prime Minister has made in his post is that the Congress party needs to be prepared for many more such meltdowns ahead.
Well, see, in fact, yesterday, if you remember, Prime Minister Modi's soundbite before the Parliament session commences, he said that inside the Parliament, opposition parties, should support the government. They should not show their, their frustration of defeat inside the Parliament, because the place is something where legislation are passed, and therefore the support of all parties is something which is needed. And Prime Minister Modi also said yesterday that you will get many more chances in the future to make a comeback. This time around, people supported them, and you will also have the opportunity to go to people once again. So Prime Minister Modi has been generous vis-a-vis, making these statements. But now what we are seeing
because we have BJP's Shehzad Poonawalla joining us. Very good morning, Mr. Poonawalla. Firstly, your reaction to this meltdown that has taken place, and what we call Prime Minister Modi has fumed at the opposition and said that may they be happy with their arrogance and lies and pessimism and ignorance. Your first reaction to this?
Look, the Prime Minister, in all earnestness yesterday, gave a very important tip to the opposition that cast away your negativity and pessimism of 9.5 years and come to Parliament with a positive frame of mind. Let us put Rashtrahit above Parivarit, discussion above disruption. But you see, the opposition, particularly Congress, has gone in a complete meltdown mode. I mean, I understand it's a moe moment for them, but they are now blaming EVMs, they are blaming Janta, they are blaming North Indians, they are blaming cow, they are blaming vote share is more, but we lost the seats. They are blaming all kinds of excuses for their defeat. And therefore, this kind of negativity and pessimism is obstructing their objective worldview. And also, we have seen that in this haste of coming up with meltdowns, they keep going into a divisive mode. Today, they have once again started playing the divisive card. First, they tried to divide on dharm ka aadhar, then they tried to divide on caste lines, and now they are dividing us into north and south. They have even started dividing the country on north and south. So therefore, for 70 years, the party which has divided India, just because it loses 3 state elections badly, it goes into such a meltdown and divisive mode. It is expected, it is not surprising, but at least now the Congress should realize that otherwise they will suffer many more meltdowns, perhaps one in 2024.
Right. Mr. Poonawalla, do stay with us, because right now we also have Congress's Rashid Ali with us speaking to CNN News 18. Mr. Alvi, a very good morning to you, and thank you for speaking to us at CNN News 18. Sir, firstly, your reaction to the Prime Minister's tweet on what has happened, the fact that he said that the opposition is having several meltdowns post their victory in these 3 states.
Actually, he has won all these 3 elections, and after winning these elections, he should not give such kind of his statement. With due respect, first of all, I want to say, an ignorant person can never be arrogant. When Prime Minister says arrogance, lies, ignorance, with due respect, I want to ask Mr. Prime Minister, who said, "Main akela sab pe bhari"? This is not arrogance. No Prime Minister ever have spoken in such a terms. He is arrogant. His party is suffering from this problem. All BJP leaders, they are arrogant. So they should not blame opposition party.
Right.
He should not blame Congress party. When he says himself, "Main akela sab pe bhari," not only now, even inside Parliament, I remember he was saying the same thing. So it is not proper. He is Prime Minister of the country. He is not a leader of Bharatiya Janata Party. And I do not know which habit he is talking about, that for 70 years they have this habit, and it is not easy to leave this habit. Now you have won the election, and I know it, and I have already said so many times that until and unless you are using EVM, it will continue like this. This is not the victory of Bharatiya Janata Party. This is the victory of EVM. They are using and misusing this machine. So anyhow, they have won the election, and Congress party has congratulated him, but he is himself suffering from this problem, arrogance.
Right. Mr. Alvi, also the address that he delivered yesterday outside the Parliament, that is somewhere he had said that no matter what the election results are right now, let that not affect the Parliament sessions. and post that a comment of this sort wherein he has yet again made a mention of meltdowns. Do you think there is something that is on the, like there's some kind of action or something being said by the opposition, which is why he's time and again bringing up this point in his tweets and his addresses?
Actually, I tell you, Prime Minister, whenever he speaks, he always attacks opposition. This election results has nothing to do with the proceedings of the parliament. Main problem is opposition wants to discuss certain issues in every session. And Bharatiya Janata Party's government is Bharat Sarkar, our Prime Minister. They are not interested at all to discuss any serious issue. And you know, this winter session, just you go through the history of the parliament, it has never happened that this is only 15 days session, winter session. So what is this? They are not interested in parliament.
Right.
Unfortunately, our Prime Minister, he has forgotten the convention of the parliament. He has no respect for the constitution. This is the main problem of our Prime Minister. That is the reason he is in a habit to blame opposition parties. They are not allowing parliament to run. Basically, BJP itself is not interested to run the parliament.
Right, Mr. Alvi. But Mr. Alvi, with that, the kind of statements that are coming in from both sides, does it seem like a blame game going on right now instead of focusing on what the actual issues are that might be discussed in the parliament?
It is not the blame game, madam. When Prime Minister of India is making any allegations against opposition, so naturally opposition is bound to answer. It is not blame game. Why Prime Minister is giving this statement that because opposition is unable to get success in these 3 elections, that is the reason they are blaming BJP and they are not allowing parliament to run. What is the need of this statement? Basically, Prime Minister wants to inform the country that we have won the election and opposition is not interested to run the parliament only because of this reason that we have won these 3 states elections. So he is blaming, not opposition. Opposition is answering of his blames.
Right. So, Mr. Alvi, you've mentioned a couple of times, you've in fact questioned a couple of times at this point as to why the Prime Minister is making such allegations and accusations. What would your reply from the Congress, on behalf of Congress, be to whatever has been said? What is your reply to it? You've asked the question, what is your reply to what he has said? Reply to what? Reply to whatever he said, the entire comment that in the tweet has come in.
I have already said. We are not ignorant. We are not lying at all. It is Prime Minister who is, I do not want to say that वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, but he is not speaking truth. He is not speaking truth. You know, I have gone through his statement. हर हफ्ते एक यूनिवर्सिटी बन रही है इंडिया में, हर दूसरे दिन कॉलेज बन रहा है. I do not know whether he was giving this speech in United States or somewhere outside the country. Whether this is true, I ask you. You are anchor of this important channel. You just let me know. And then you decide who is lying, who is not lying. Whether it is truth. No, not at all. So if I say that वो झूठ बोल रहे, so it is not proper on my part. He is our Prime Minister. But he is not speaking truth at all. Right. Whatever statement he has given that Congress party is lying and suffering from arrogance, it is all rubbish. Truth is, he is arrogant. मैं अकेला सब पे भारी.
Right. Right, Mr. Alvi. So, Mr. Alvi, at this point, one last question to you before I let you go. There is a lot of conversation that's been brought up by the Congress with regards to the North. There's a divisive conversation that's come up with regard to the North-South debate as well, as to Congress calling themselves a South party and naming the BJP to be the North party, which is exactly what the Prime Minister is speaking about at this point, saying that these are the meltdowns that Congress is having. What is your reaction to that?
You know, it is the BJP. This is the RSS. They are dividing this country. They are dividing this society. Who is doing Hindu-Muslim for last 10 years? It is Bharatiya Janata Party. If anybody, whether Rahul Gandhi or Nitish Kumar or any leader is demanding census, what is wrong in it? If we are saying that BJP doesn't exist at all in South, whether we are dividing this country, if we are talking about Karnataka, we are talking about Kerala, we are talking about Tamil Nadu, so what is wrong in it?
Right.
We are not dividing this country. It is the BJP and they are dividing this country.
Right. Mr. Alvi, thank you so much for speaking to us at CNN News 18. Right now, we also have BJP's Tom Vadakan joining us on this broadcast to continue the conversation. Mr. Vadakan, a very good morning to you and thank you for speaking to us at CNN News 18. Your first reaction to what the Prime Minister has said today with regards to the opposition's meltdown and the divisive agenda they have been talking about, and as well as the fact that he's called them arrogant, lying, and said that they are pessimists and ignorant as well.
Well, the Prime Minister Modi ji is spot on this issue, because the characteristics that they have developed over a period of time and their feeling that they are the people to be in power. Now, what has happened is the people of India, the people of all these states have voted against them. Now, in that kind of a situation, their divisive agenda will multiply. Support from Soros, support from China, these are all pending issues that they will try and create a situation where it may lead to a lot of issues across the country. They've already started about a North-South divide. They've already started talking about Manipur, talking about other issues. And this will continue. And we, the people of India, must be very alert and see through this kind of activities that might lead to a situation where they may create a law and order situation. This is a right message coming from the Prime Minister. He understands this party and its agenda. So they are going to operate on that lines, and we'll have to be absolutely alert on this. This is a message to people across the country to watch and take care that this propaganda material that their toolkits that will operate from now on is not operational. It is therefore a warning to our countrymen by the Prime Minister, who understands and has intelligence inputs coming in almost on daily basis. And if that is what is to be followed, then we need to be absolutely alert and get this political party out of the mainstream, which will be our agenda to save the country.
Right, Mr. Vadakan, but we also spoke to Congress's Rashid Ali right now, and he said when we brought out this point of the divisive agenda that's been pointed out by the Prime Minister, he said that it is not the opposition who's doing it, but the BJP who's been propagating these ideas. What is your reaction to that?
It is, I'm surprised. Mr. Alvi, I've known him for years, but then he's now emerged as a spokesman, but not officially recognized. If he says something, then there will come a denial. So poor Mr. Alvi is caught in that trap. Leave that at this issue. But look at the statement of Chidambaram's son. Look at the statements that are coming out, and look at the game plans that are coming up. And these are situations of the creation of BJP. BJP has nothing to do with any divisive politics. Let that be very clear. Prime Minister has carried everybody along. In the minority community constituencies, we have got the highest percentage of votes, whether it is Hyderabad or other places, indicative that people of India have recognized that this government carries everybody along. So this whole business of minority, issue, goes down the drain, because people have started believing the tribals, they've all come and voted for us. So it's a clear indication that this is happening pan-India. Now, they talk about South India. even today, Parliament seats, a larger representation is from the Bharatiya Janata Party. You do the count and you will find the largest number of members of Parliament representing this country comes from south of India and the largest. So that argument fails because we have carried everybody along all through, not just through our campaign, but doing service to the people of India. And
Right,
that
Mr.
is the
Vadakan.
constituency that has voted for them, voted for us.